What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna have a home edition video, so stick around because this one is a real biggie, and I'm thankful to God that nobody got hurt and potentially got killed. So let's go and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. We're at my parents' house and this is not good, guys. I mean, this was a serious problem, and glad again, thank you Jesus, that nobody got hurt. This is it. This is what we're talking about. Apparently my mother came this morning and there was a puddle of water here. She didn't step in it, good thing, because it looks like their expansion valve has been leaking, and this is the expansion valve for people that know what I'm talking about, for a long time. And yeah, when I showed up, there was puddle of water up here. You can see it's been filling up the connection box right here for the wiring for the water heater. So good thing that nobody came and actually touched the water heater, touched this wet spot, or stepped in the puddle of water that was on the ground, because this was all connected. This was all wet spot, and you have over 240 volts on these wires, so that can seriously injure somebody and potentially kill them. What I'm going to be going over this video is how to replace this expansion valve. Usually they're supposed to have, I already got this one loose, but usually they're supposed to have a fitting here that extends a PVC pipe, then it has a 90-degree and it goes down. So in case of this valve failing, it'll actually drain down into this drain pan. But in my parents' case, nobody bothered to install it and nobody paid attention. So this is what happens. The valve failed and it was just leaking water right on top of the water heater, and water was basically going everywhere. And because it wasn't a huge leak, nobody noticed it for a long time. So what we're going to do today is replace the valve. Before we do that, I'm going to show you what you need to do first, and that is find your hot water shuttle valve. Usually it's in the area of your water heater. If you don't have one of these, you might have to shut off the water to the whole house. And once you do that, you want to go to your breaker box and find the breaker labeled water heater and shut that off. That's very important because you might have a similar situation going on and not knowingly start working, and yeah, you know the rest. It's nice to have one of these little testers, or even a more simple one where you can touch the ground and live wire and check for power, because don't always trust the labeling in your breaker box. You might shut off a breaker that's labeled water heater, and down the line somebody actually swapped breakers and that was for something else. So in my case, luckily I know the breaker that I shut off, it is the breaker for the water heater, because I had to replace it a few years back. But yeah, it's always good to double check your wires, make sure there is no live wire, and to test it real quick to make sure your tester is working. Yeah, we're gonna go right here and we know our tester is good. So yeah, if there was power, this thing be beeping and flashing red. So we know power is shut off, water is shut off. Your next step is get a piece of garden hose and you're gonna connect to the bottom of your water heater. And once you do that, you're gonna open the valve here and then open the expansion valve so you can have airflow as you're draining some of the water from your water heater, because you cannot remove it since your water heater pretty much is topped up. So once you drain a few gallons out of the water heater, you can shut off the water on the bottom, shut off your valve. Get yourself an adjustable wrench key. Usually does the job pretty good. You can go right here and untighten it. This one I already got it loose, so it's finger tight right now. This is what your expansion valve looks like, and I just grabbed one from my local hardware store. That was under 30 bucks, I believe, $25, $26 for the new one. So we're going to install this one, and I'm also going to be showing you how we're going to do the little drain pipe that's supposed to go on top, and we're never going to have to deal with this situation again, hopefully. So after that, I'm going to have to clean and make sure this is completely dry and recheck the wires. Here's the new valve we're going to be putting in. It already has some thread lock, but we're going to put a little bit of Teflon tape just for good measure. And good rule of thumb is for all the people that are new to this. So when you're putting Teflon tape, you're going to be screwing this way, so righty-tighty. So it means you're going to be wrapping the Teflon tape the opposite way. And why that is if you wrap it this way, the same way you're going to be tightening the valve. As soon as you start turning it what's going to happen is the thread is just going to push the Teflon tape off. So yeah, just want to remember, if you're turning this way to tighten, then you're going to be wrapping the Teflon tape the opposite direction. So let me put a little bit of Teflon tape and screw this valve into place. And I'm gonna go crazy. That should be enough. Okay. I tighten it as much as I can by hand, and then I'm gonna get the adjustable wrench and go the rest of the way. So we got it tight, and now I'm just going to install this drain pipe. You see, it comes in a, well, you can't show you the whole thing, but it's about, I want to say, 5 feet long piece of PVC pipe, and it's got the threaded end. So I'm just going to measure the length from the valve when it's screwed in, make a cut right here, put me a 90-degree elbow, and have it drain down, pointing at the pan. So I'm gonna do that real quick. All right, we got a hand tight. Then we got a little 90-degree. So we got a nice down in the drain pan. So we mark it right around here. Okay, I just cut about 4 inches from the pipe. We got a PVC cement glue. I'm gonna put a little bit. I don't need too much. That's enough. Get this thing, install it. Make sure it's straight down. Okay, valve is in. We got the 90-degree elbow and the pipe going down into the drain pan. We got at least good 2 inches off the bottom or so. This is how you replace your expansion valve, guys, and these things are super important. So yeah, if this thing fails, you can actually have a potential explosion from your water heater, because if it heats up enough beyond the specific boiling point and this pressure relief valve never opens up, this thing can blow up and cause a huge explosion in a house. So water heaters are super dangerous, and you need to be testing your expansion valve periodically. Make sure that's working properly. My parents didn't do that, obviously. I mean, yeah, if they were to test this periodically, at least like once a year, every 6 months or so, they would have noticed this, but nobody does. Take note and go and check your water heater right now, and be careful, because if you don't have this drain connected, you could suffer the exact same scenario or worse. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, give me a like, drop a comment down below. I always appreciate your guys' comment, and I try to answer everybody's comment. But I'll see you next time. Until then, stay safe, be blessed.